The crucifixion season has finished filming, emotions are still raw. And while the story of Jesus reaches its most painful chapter on screen, a very different story is unfolding behind the scenes. After months of exhaustion, tears, and spiritual weight, the cast of The Chosen return to the people who hold them together in real life, the ones who listen when the cameras stop rolling, the ones who stand beside them when the role becomes heavier than anyone expected. And once you see who those people are, you will understand this cast in a completely new way. The filming of The Chosen Season 6 was not just another season, it was the season that demanded everything. This was the crucifixion season, the moment the entire series has been building toward, and it pushed the cast emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Once filming finally wrapped, the cast stepped away, not toward fame or celebration, but toward rest, family, and the people who ground them. These are the real-life partners, spouses, and soulmates who support the cast as they bring Jesus' story to life, starting with one of the most emotionally powerful performances in the entire series. Vanessa Benavente, who portrays Mother Mary with such quiet strength and heartbreak, lives a life filled with the same calm warmth she brings to the screen. She is married to actor Sergio Lanza, and their relationship reflects peace, balance, and deep understanding. Together, they have built a beautiful family with 2 daughters, Olivia, born in 2018, and Amaya, born in 2022. Their family life feels grounded and gentle, a safe place Vanessa could return to after portraying a mother who watches her son suffer. It is impossible not to see how this real-life love strengthens her on-screen presence as Mary. Noah James, who plays Andrew the Apostle, brings humility and loyalty to his role, and his real-life relationship mirrors those exact qualities. Noah married his wife, Norma James, in September 2022, and their connection feels sincere and joyful. They are rarely without smiles, and their bond feels like a true partnership rather than a performance. Watching Noah on screen, knowing he has that kind of support off screen, adds a deeper layer to his portrayal of Andrew's faith and steadiness. Then there is a love story that feels almost cinematic on its own. Giovanni Cairo, who plays Jude Thaddeus, recently stepped into a new chapter of life. He proposed to his girlfriend Bella Michaels in June, a moment made even more meaningful because it happened around her birthday. Their relationship began in early 2024, and by October, their engagement was officially celebrated. It is a reminder that while The Chosen tells ancient stories of faith, the cast themselves are living modern stories of love, commitment, and hope, right alongside the show's journey. Laura Silva, who plays the wife of Simon Peter, experienced one of the most powerful seasons of her life, both on and off screen. She is married to American soccer player Stephen Covino, and during the filming of season 4, Laura was pregnant. She later welcomed their son at the end of 2023. Knowing this adds new depth to her performance, especially in moments that reflect strength, patience, and devotion. Her real-life motherhood blends seamlessly into the emotional realism she brings to the series. And while some cast members are surrounded by spouses and children, others are walking their journey alone, at least publicly. Paras Patel, who plays Matthew with such honesty and vulnerability, appears to be single. Yet his gentle nature and kindness have made him one of the most beloved figures among fans. Sometimes the absence of a public relationship speaks not of loneliness but of quiet focus and personal growth. And in a season as heavy as this one, that kind of inner balance matters more than ever. This is only the beginning of the real-life stories behind The Chosen Season 6. And as we move forward, the emotional weight only grows deeper, especially when we reach the cast members carrying the heaviest roles of all. As the story moves forward, the emotional weight becomes even heavier when we reach the heart of The Chosen, the man who carries the role of Jesus himself. Jonathan Rumi faced what many consider the most demanding performance of his entire career during season 6. The crucifixion is not just a scene, it is a spiritual and emotional burden, and Jonathan carried it with visible intensity. In real life, Jonathan is currently single, and this is not something accidental or unfortunate, but a conscious personal choice. He has openly spoken about waiting for the right person and prioritising faith, discipline, and personal growth. During a season that required him to embody pain, sacrifice, and unconditional love, Jonathan leaned deeply into prayer and inner strength rather than romantic companionship. Knowing this makes his performance even more powerful because it comes from a place of solitude, reflection, and purpose rather than comfort. Not far from Jonathan in terms of emotional contrast is Luke Dimian, who plays Judas. On screen, his character walks a dark and tragic path, but off screen, Luke is the complete opposite. He is widely known among fans for his humour, energy, and constant laughter. Despite being charming, confident, and full of life, Luke is also currently single. This surprises many people, but like Jonathan, Luke appears to be patiently waiting rather than rushing into something that does not feel right. His joy-filled personality and positive outlook suggest that when the right person does enter his life, it will be something meaningful and genuine. The difference between his on-screen role and off-screen personality only highlights how deeply he commits to his craft. Elizabeth Tabish, who portrays Mary Magdalene with such emotional depth and grace, has a real-life love story that feels calm and grounded. She married playwright and actor Stan Mayer in 2022, and since then their marriage has remained beautifully private. They do not share much publicly, but every glimpse fans do get reflects happiness, respect, and quiet support. Elizabeth's performance in The Chosen often requires vulnerability, healing, and strength. And having a stable, loving partnership off-screen clearly allows her to bring that authenticity into her role without fear. George Xanthars, who plays John the Apostle, also lives a life centred on family. He married his wife, Christy, in February 2022, and in 2024, they welcomed their first child. George is very reserved when it comes to sharing his personal life, but that privacy itself speaks volumes. His happiness is subtle but visible, and it aligns perfectly with the gentle, thoughtful presence he brings to John on screen. Fatherhood has clearly added a new layer to his life, one that likely deepens his understanding of love, sacrifice, and responsibility. As season 6 pushes the cast to their emotional limits, these real-life relationships, whether filled with family, faith, or quiet solitude, become the unseen foundation that allows them to deliver such powerful performances. And still, there are more stories, more lives, and more people standing quietly behind this remarkable cast, shaping The Chosen in ways we rarely get to see.